You already know what it feels like. That alarm goes off and your body just refuses. Your eyes open but your brain is still somewhere else, dragging through fog so thick you can barely form a thought. You reach for your phone, maybe scroll for a few minutes hoping it helps, but it never does. You get up anyway, you push through, and by 10 in the morning you are already counting down the hours until you can sleep again. That is not just tiredness, that is something deeper, and if you've been living like this for weeks or months or even years, I want you to know that it is not your fault. And more importantly, it does not have to stay this way. Because here's what most people get completely wrong about sleep. They think the problem is how much of it they are getting, so they go to bed earlier. They try melatonin, they buy a better pillow. And nothing changes. They wake up just as wrecked as the night before. The hours were there, but the actual rest never showed up. That is because the real issue is not the quantity of your sleep. It is the quality of what is happening inside your body and brain while your eyes are closed. And once you understand this, everything shifts. Before we go any further, if you are someone who has been struggling with this for a while, you should know that we have programs linked down below in the video description that go much deeper into this. Real people are using them right now to completely transform how they feel every single morning. I am going to come back to that at the end, but right now, pay attention to what comes next because this alone might change your life tonight. Let me paint you a picture of what is actually happening in your body when you feel like this. Your nervous system is stuck. Think of it like a car that never fully turns off. The engine keeps running even when you park it. Even when you lie down, even when your eyes close, even when the room goes dark, that engine in you is still revving. Stress hormones are still circulating. Your brain is still processing conversations that happened 14 hours ago. Your heart rate never fully drops. Your muscles hold tension you are not even aware of. And so when morning comes, you have not actually rested. You have just been lying still with a body that was working overtime the entire time. This is why you wake up exhausted after 8 hours. This is why you feel more tired than when you went to bed. This is why no amount of coffee ever really fixes it. Now here is something that the science on this is very clear about. The body needs a specific transition signal to move from alert mode into deep restorative sleep. When that signal is disrupted, the entire sleep architecture collapses. Your deep sleep cycles shrink, your body does less cellular repair, your brain does less memory consolidation, and you wake up feeling like you got hit by a truck. The good news is that the transition signal can be trained. It can be created on purpose. And it does not require medication. It does not require expensive equipment. It just requires understanding what the body is actually asking for in those final moments before sleep. Here is what works, and I mean genuinely works based on what sleep researchers and neuroscientists have been finding consistently. Start by dropping your body temperature slightly before bed. This is one of the most powerful and underused signals in existence. When your core temperature drops even a tiny amount, your brain interprets it as a cue to initiate sleep. A warm shower or bath about an hour before bed actually causes a rapid drop in core temperature afterward, which is exactly what your body needs. People who do this consistently report falling asleep faster and staying in deep sleep longer. Then there is the breathing piece. Most people are chest breathing their entire lives without realizing it. Shallow, fast, stress pattern breathing. The moment you shift to slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing, your nervous system physically cannot stay in alert mode. It is neurologically impossible. Even 4 or 5 slow breaths before bed can drop your stress hormones measurably. There are specific breathing patterns that work faster than others, and the data on this is striking. Some people go from lying awake for over an hour to falling asleep in under 12 minutes just by changing how they breathe. Next is what you expose your brain to in the last 90 minutes before sleep. Your brain is incredibly impressionable in that window. Whatever you are consuming, whatever you are watching, whatever conversations you are replaying, your brain takes that content and keeps processing it while you sleep. This is why watching something intense or scrolling through emotionally charged content right before bed wrecks your sleep quality even if you fall asleep fine. Your brain is busy. It cannot do the deep restorative work it needs to do because it is too occupied. Replace that window with something low stimulation, reading something calm, gentle stretching, slow music, even sitting quietly in dim light. This is not about being boring. This is about giving your brain permission to stop performing and start restoring. Now let me talk about the morning side of this for a second, because this part is massively undervalued. How you start your morning directly affects how well you sleep the following night. Most people start their day with cortisol spikes from phone notifications, rushed schedules, skipped meals, and artificial light. This throws off their entire circadian rhythm for the rest of the day and makes falling into deep sleep that night so much harder. Get natural light as early as possible after waking, even 5 minutes outside or near a window. This sets your body clock like nothing else does. It tells your brain what time it is, which means your brain can accurately predict when to start winding you down 14 to 16 hours later. People who do this one thing consistently report dramatic improvements in how tired they feel at the right time and how alert they feel in the morning. And here is where this becomes deeply personal for you. Right now, somewhere in your daily routine, there is a small number of habits that are costing you years of recovery and vitality that you will never get back. Every morning you wake up exhausted, you are not just having a bad morning. You are running on a depleted system that affects your mood, your focus, your decision-making, your relationships, your metabolism, your immune system, your emotional resilience, literally every area of your life. There is research showing that consistently poor sleep quality is linked to cognitive decline, increased anxiety, weight gain, and a dramatically reduced capacity for joy. That is not scare tactics. That is just what the data says. And you feel it, do not you. You already feel it in the way things that used to be easy now take everything you have. But here is what happens when you fix this. And I want you to really feel this for a second. Imagine waking up before your alarm. Not because you had to, just because your body is genuinely rested. You open your eyes and your mind is already clear. Your mood is stable before you have even said a word to anyone. You go through your day without that low hum of exhaustion underneath everything. You are sharper. You are calmer. You respond instead of react. You actually feel good in your own body. That version of you exists. It is not far. It is a few consistent habits away. And the people who get there are not special. They just stopped guessing and started doing what actually works. Now, the programs we have linked down below in the video description take everything you just heard and go so much further. They give you a complete structured system for rebuilding your sleep, your energy, your mornings, and your entire sense of well-being from the inside out. These programs are not for people who are fine with mediocre. They are for people who are done settling. The longer you wait on this, the more mornings you lose. And once a morning is gone, it is gone. If you are serious about finally waking up feeling like yourself again, go check what is linked below right now. Everything you need is there.